Good afternoon all. CamelbackTrading.org coming to you this Monday afternoon, January 11th. We are looking at the SPY ETF's market profile here on Window Trader. And we have an inside day today. So where sellers had a chance early this morning, opening below value at the lower end of balance, they could not take out Friday's low and stop the one-time framing up in the daily. Now let's go to the other ones and go over them. Russell had an inside day. So Russell, same thing, opened with lower value, had every opportunity for sellers to take out today's low. Overnight inventory was short, definitely in the SPY and ES. I'm assuming in the IWM. So it's one thing to correct overnight inventory, but another thing never to see the opening again, which we did not, nor did the Russell. Now the Russell acted a lot stronger than we did. They end 10 wide, and they end almost taking out today's high. A couple of reversal bars they had one here in L period. So the Russell, inside day, unchanged value for the day. Q's, different story. Triple Q's did take out Friday's low to stop the one-time framing up for 2 days. And they spent the last 5 time frames going back and forth through Friday's low. They only end 7 wide. They have nothing to lean on. They had overlap in a lower value. They have no 9 wide. They have no afternoon rally high or anything. So basically, they only have the high and the low from today. Very interesting. They went back and forth through the open in the first 5 time frames, then stayed above it, and then never saw it again. So very weird day in the triple Qs. And then for us, same thing as the Russell. We open, overnight inventory was short. We drive straight up, but we never corrected it really. We started one time framing up. Market had a reversal bar in D. Looked like, hey, we've got the POC from Friday finally in F. Got into M's range, but never could trade the whole thing, which kind of doesn't surprise me. We end with overlap into lower value. We end 9 wide. 10 wide is N. So we end 9 wide exactly at the POC. And we have an inside day. So it should make for a very, very interesting day tomorrow. Where buyers and sellers were happy to do business was exactly the halfway point in the day. So bottom line is this, folks. If we take out today's high, we should see the all-time high out of the inside day. If we take out today's low, well, our destinations to the downside start getting far and wide apart. So either way, we should get some decent range tomorrow. Volume today, under 50 million still, so that was horrible. I had a good day today. Didn't do a lot in the afternoon. Had a good day. Called the market well. First trade of the day was in A period, and I traded today's expirations. I took 379 puts and 380 puts in A period when we got to value low and everything. And both times they came back in for me where they turned out to be good trades. So they worked out. Even though we drove straight up, I got good trade location on the shorts, on the 379 and 380 puts, and they worked. Then in B period, we did take out A's high. We still had overlap in a lower value. I'm like, are they going to get POC yet? They didn't have a lot of tempo. I did the 381 puts. That also worked as we came back inside of A's range. Now, we had a chance for a trend day twice today, in B and in G. Both times they failed. I took a long, believe it or not, in C, which worked out. I didn't do it against the single prints. I was doing it more against B's low. Once the single prints filled, I got long. I bought the 378 calls. It went back up, and it worked. So that one worked. Then I didn't do anything in D. I didn't do anything to F. I took a short in F period, 382 puts, fading a new high, came back in. That worked out. Now, I took a short in G. Not a big one. I held it. When H opened, even though we had single prints, once H didn't take out G's high, I was comfortable with it. It paid. I took it off because we were one time framing up. I did tell the room, once again, if we take out G's high, so this is basically what happened here. Market started getting long. We had a reversal bar, D, E, F, G, H. Market's getting long again, just like they got long here, and they finally gave it up. So if we take out G's low, we should get something. Now, we didn't get much, and I didn't put it back on in H. And I actually was looking to take a short against B's high. I didn't do it. And then my machine went down. I couldn't do anything. My Mac went down where everything was frozen. A good thing I didn't have a trade on. I actually had to shut the computer forcibly to restart it. By the time it came back up, I had already flushed. So now instead of looking for the short, I told the room I'm looking for my long, because at the time I thought we still had a chance for an afternoon pullback. So I took a long in I period, basically against D's low, and at the time values low. I bumped it up pretty good. This is obviously after my computer got back up. Got long 125 of the 378 calls, and then in J period, before we took out I's low, went right back up, repaired some poor structure. I wasn't thrilled how it was acting, took them off, but it turned out to be a really, really profitable trade because of my trade location. I took the bulk of them. I got long 10, I got long 20, got long 30 towards the low, and then got long another 65 or 70 right at I's low, which paid very nicely. If we had taken out D's low, I probably would have taken the trade off. So then when I did get paid and got out of them, when we came back down and Jay took out I's low, I was not as quick to take that trade. And that's the only trade I took. I was looking for a long and M period, and it would have paid me nicely. I'm like, I still believe we're going to get 9 wide. Whether it's C's low or back to half back, I think we're going to get it. I had the 377 calls lined up, did not pull the trigger in M, and lo and behold, we got back there. Again, M's a little more irrational. I was like, I'm not thrilled about it, but I was still looking to take it, and I didn't pull the trigger. It would have been right. Once again, calling the market is just as good sometimes as taking the trade, especially when you had a good day. All right, destinations for tomorrow. Upside, 379.15, 9 wide, exactly at the park. Then I'm using L as the afternoon rally high, 379.64, 380.58 today's high, and you should have the all-time high and overnight all-time high. For the downside, 377.72, again, today's low. So $1 lower from where we settled. Then below that, we don't have anything to 377.10. Friday's low. Then we don't have anything to 375.91. The 7th low. And then we don't have anything to the single prints that you should have written down and the other ones I've given you. So I'll say it for the 1,000th time. If sellers ever got involved, they can push this pretty decently because the destinations are far and wide below. Below those single prints, we don't have anything to 369.12. It's $9 lower, but there's nobody around selling, even today. These were just shorts pushing it. The market got too short, and that's what happened. So again, no sellers in this market at all. And then on the charts, monthly one-time framing up 3 months, very healthy. We'd like to stay above last month's high of 374.66, but there's no real danger at all until you take out last month's low. Weekly. Now it is an outside week up. Have we done anything with it? Of course not. We're down $2.50 today. We're down 0.70. Does that mean the outside week up failed? Not yet. That's why it's a weekly. But right now, they haven't gotten anything for it. And in the daily, and again on the weekly, it's balanced. It's an outside week up, but it's balanced, which is basically last week's high and last week's low. It's a large balance. Now daily, I'm still calling it up because we're one-time framing up for 4 days out of an inside day, but obviously we've gotten no distance away from the last 2 days' highs, and it's an inside day. So if we take out the inside day to the upside, again, we'll see the all-time high. If we take it out to the downside, we should get Friday's low, and then we should test the bottom of the 3-day balance low, which is 375.91, and we'll see what happens there. Hope you had a good day trading. Have a great night, and we'll speak prior to the opening tomorrow.